Yeah, you know what? I think it's time for us to go to Savy. We've been putting it off for a while. We're currently at 6 out of 3 rides. Yeah, we've done enough for tonight. Time to call it a night. Your contact Savy is sharing their location for you. So this was where she'd been all along. A lonely shipping container set apart from a sea of clones. A cloud of sage incense hit me the moment I cracked the door. That smell took me back to when we first became friends, sitting cross-legged in Savy's bedroom, whispering about her parents and drinking wine she took from work. Oh wow. I almost collapsed beside her in her little blanket fort, but I had so many questions. Okay, before we talk about this with her anymore, we have to understand that we have a passphrase that Una thinks is very powerful and may change things because it's the password to a hard drive full of secret Capra data. If we unleash it, maybe there's a possibility that we can bring Capra down, something like that. We don't really know what's inside though. Hell Bunny! You found me! I did. I am happy to see you, but you haven't explained anything to me so far. Okay, I'm so happy to see you. Oh my god, I am so sorry. Everything just got so crazy, so fast, you know? Thank the gods you were there. Let's not forget, she hid some corporate data in my wrist, and she didn't tell me. And she was giving me orders here and there about like picking up Jace, but then Jace wasn't there and she hasn't explained anything to me, so I really want answers here. It's okay, I'm just glad you're alright. Did it work? Did you get the passphrase? She smiled at me, and her field grid glowed like a small sun on her face. It was so good to see her. I just needed a few answers first. Yes, but can I ask you something? What have you gotten yourself into? What have you… Lina, it would take too long to explain. The answers are all in these files, I promise. Thank you so much for getting the passphrase, by the way. Can you tell it to me now so we can get to work? She had her eyes on the prize, whatever it was. It must have been driving her crazy to be cooped up in here. At least tell me why you stashed your stolen docs with me. Okay, she's not telling me anything at all throughout the entire thing. I don't like this. I had no choice. Plus, I knew no one would suspect you. Oh, that's right. I was wondering what that beeping sound was, but Savy also has a field grid. She's a little bit anxious. You just got here and you drive Cab. You're practically a ghost. Ooh. Don't get upset. I just meant I knew you'd be fine. And you are, right? Maybe. I've been better. I know, and trust me, same. This is so not what I pictured when I asked you to move in with me. But I'm going to make it up to you. I promise. Let's at least have a look at what we got, shall we? It can't hurt to take a peek. Yes! Let me see if my laptop is still paired to that thing. My field grid buzzed as she connected to its onboard storage. It figured she still have access, since she hid the files there in the first place. Hey Athena, unpack charlieelliot.dat. Athena? That was the thing that Gideon had too. This file is encrypted. Please say or enter the passphrase. You got me the magic word, so it's only fair you do the honors, right? Are you sure we want to do this? You still haven't given me anything. More than I've ever been about anything. Okay. Hey Athena, the passphrase is Pilgrims cross airless Saharas. What's it doing? It's totally working! Oh, Capra, you are so fucked. My palms got sweaty as soon as I saw it. A massive trove of chat logs, docs, schematics. All watermarked Capra Confidential in block letters. Whoa. This is illegal, right? Extremely so. We're 100% inside a secret hideout right now, so... just checking. We're illegal in the way like the Watergate people were illegal. So you're doing the right thing? Are we the reporters or the burglars? She just kept scanning through docs. I'd had my share of revenge fantasies about Capra, but now that we were actually doing something... I'm not that happy right now, you know? I'm angry at Savy still, a bit. I felt like we were going too far. Maybe, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. Gotcha! What'd you find? Shit, never mind. Blah blah, meeting notes, reports. Come on. I know you've got dirt in here, Charlie. Wait. You stole this thing without knowing there was anything bad on it? I mean, I didn't have specifics. Dude was way too squirrely not to be hiding some serious shit. I just gotta find something big enough to be a whistleblower. And not just like a criminal. She was taking a huge risk for something she wasn't sure about. I'm just seeing offshore accounts, golden parachutes for executive harassers, forged safety reports. Just? Run-of-the-mill corporate stuff, trust me. We need something juicier. So you're Radix, right? I see a Radix towel in the back there, and you've been trying to dig up stuff about Capra this whole time. So anti-car is her true position. Something we can use. She had a point. The only way out of this was to find something big enough to justify the whole property theft thing. There was Una's weird message. Or what would Gideon do with a cache of internal Capra files? Oh, so we can pick here. I thought trust fund maggots was more the thing that we spray painted on the side of the car when we were younger. We can try it. What'd you just say? The van thing we did? What made you think of that? Oh. She was looking at me so closely, it felt like the air around us went cold. I think her field grid is betraying her a little bit. Is something wrong? Sorry, I guess I'm starting to freak out a little bit, you know? I've been stuck inside this, like, human kennel for weeks, for days. Maybe I fucked up, but I'm kind of in it now. No turning back. Hey Athena, search Sophie Lemieux. Yes, brilliant. Oh my god, are you seeing this? Oh, so that didn't really mean anything. It was just the van thing. Documents spill into the holospace in front of Savy. If even one of them had something big. I thought she reacted to it for a second though, so I kinda wonder. Pay dirt. Look, a report from Charlie. Some pilot program called Project Sophie. No way that's not shady, right? Whoa. Lina. This is... I remembered what Gideon said about her mom's fundraiser. Was Capra using Sophie as a PR prop from the beginning? I knew Capra would do anything to make sure Sophie's law passed, but this is cynical even for them. This is so fucked. We all know they were running ads exploiting her death at least. Oh yes, obviously, but that's nothing. Capra acquired Feelgrid a year ago. Total stealth acquisition, no public knowledge. Are you serious? They've been harvesting my emotional data this entire time? Yours, mine, all in real time. A live diary of how we feel in our bones, streaming to the highest bidder. And you're wanted by Capra right now, but you've been wearing this thing the whole time? How is there not a GPS tracker on this? Oh my god. I can't even say I'm surprised. The whole internet already spies on what we watch, where we go, who we spend time with. Why would they stop there? Why not monetize the way we feel? That's not even half of it. Listen to this bit on emotional priming. Each ad unit is customized to the viewer's current state, from passing billboards to holospace overlays to the backseat of every Capra car. Some sellers will want to target customers in negative or vulnerable states, while others cater to a relaxed or even an elated consumer profile. Blue users respond most strongly to commercial messaging for alcohol, junk food, or VR escorts. Status items and vacation packages if we're yellow. Of fucking course. 'Cause that's when we spend the most money, when we're happy. What about red? Ads for security systems and political campaigns are most effective when tuned to the red end of the spectrum. Which brings us to Project Sophie, their pilot program in electioneering. Wait, what? Listen to this. Our generative advertorial network creates customized images, slogans, and even full campaigns, so that we can proactively steer individuals into the desired effective state. Wow, that sounds like an episode of Black Mirror, but not too surprising, sadly. So they can push us into whatever color suits them? More or less. They're neural net experiments on you until it knows your most reliable triggers. It's factored into their whole network, billboards, music, even the ambient light timbre of a Capra capsule. I thought of the sea of blue field grids from the visual and how Liam said Capra was handing them out. Which means whenever you pick up your phone or when you're taking that Capra card to your polling place, they're already priming me. Every article I read, every song I hear, every sign I pass. So when you're casting that vote, they'll have you exactly where they want you. How do they want me? Depends. Could be angry or scared, blissed out or pacified, whatever moves you to their voting block. It all made a terrible kind of sense. Yeah, it's horrible, but at the same time, it's also not very surprising. Technology is something that is supposed to make people's lives easier, but here, it's gone to the point where it's so advanced that it's actually taking over our lives and controlling it instead. This crosses a line, right? This is automated psychological manipulation. Election laws too. They made every tiny micro-advert an undeclared political message. And we've got the receipts. We've got the receipts. This is what we used to steal the final news cycle back from Capra. We leak this and it floods the zone. The vote is crazy close right now. If we wake up a few thousand pro-Capra sheeple, or just convince them to stay home, then boom! Capra's brand gets 2 black eyes, and their car ban is dead in LO, probably everywhere. I could see it all playing out in my head. Savy might just get away with it, Sophie's law would fail, and the world would see how Capra abused their power. Yes, it's not about your job anymore at this point. Maybe they'd even lose some of it. Now we just leak it to your contact, sit back and watch. You should text them now. Which contact? The one who gave you the password. Why? She's not like a PR person. She's like some ex-Capra whiz, right? Unless you know someone better? I racked my memory of packs. But no, something was bothering me. Okay, this is all very exciting, but what about Savy and my relationship in particular? Like, she has been lying to me this whole time. There's more. How did you know that about Una? She used to work for Capra, but I never told her that. You told me about her, or maybe I heard her name around Capra. She used to work for them, right? No, she's ex-Capra for sure. Look, don't worry about it. Just say, it was an anonymous courier job. NeoCab does those, right? No one will ever know it was us. Are you with me or not? Hey, if this is anonymous, how are we getting away from you being wanted in the whole city? Give me a second to think. Because I'm suspicious of you. Capra had made my life a nightmare, and the idea of them getting even more power through Sophie's Law made my stomach turn. And that Savy and I, after all we'd been through, that we'd be the ones to stop them. Her eyes jumped to my feel grid. See? It feels good to fight back sometimes. It does, but what about you? Why won't it let me ask about it? It really does. I'll give you that. Oh yeah, I knew coming to LO would be good for you. This might be our last shot to stop them, honestly. Sophie's Law hands a Capra a monopoly on our streets, and Los Ojos is just a prototype. The car ban will go national, then global, then Capra cars fill the void. I can't imagine a world where it's illegal to drive. No more open road, no more going off-grid. I guess it's one more thing for Capra to take away from me. Not just from you, but from everybody in the world. Think bigger, Lina. With the global transport network and the fuel grid, they'll have a real-time map of humanity, inside and out. This is our only chance to stop them. I just want to know the specifics of this plan before we go for it, okay? So we just make sure to give the files to someone with a following, an influencer. Which Una is definitely not, right? As long as they've got a following, and are anti-Capra enough to take the heat. Then Sophie's Law goes down, then Capra doesn't get total control of everyone. At least not right now. I knew Savy was right. We had to let the public know. It was the chance of a lifetime. To take the stacked deck and reshuffle the cards in our favor, just this once. There was just one major problem. Your face is still plastered on every billboard in the city. How are you gonna make the handoff? Silly, it's not gonna be her, it's gonna be me. Well, my luck has taken me this far. You know you're not safe out there. It'll be fine. I'm willing to risk it. We just need to move quickly. Savy, you aren't listening to me. You aren't listening. I said I'm willing to risk it. You're taking a risk with both our lives, Saviest. Actually, Saviest, I got no clue. Wait, what are you trying to say? Oh. Okay. Wait, I have to be on my own the whole time. Yeah, both of these are solo. I'm gonna be the one doing it because we want to hide Savy here. Or, actually, no. This is one that's saying Savy should do it. This is one that says I should do it. I guess I'm going solo. I'm going solo. I'll make the drop-off. You stay here. You'll be safe. I'll be safe. Radix wins. Everyone wins. You want to do this without me? This isn't your fight, Lina. But you can let me help. Just for the last leg, right? Great plan, girl. You go and make history. I'll just twirl my thumbs in this tin can. It's the only way. I don't know why you're being like this, but even if I thought you were doing it for the right reasons, and not just trying to grab the glory, I'm not sure I trust you to pull it off without me. She's showing her true colors. Yeah, she's doing this for what? For glory? For what? Are you trying to make me feel like shit? I'm not. I'm just being my honest self with you. How will we ever get as close as we used to be if I can't be honest with you? It's like... You're like the least selfish person I know, and I was hoping we could do this together. Okay, if you know I'm not selfish, why would you accuse me of wanting the glory to myself? Just trying to freaking manipulate me. I mean, after everything I've done for you, just give me this, okay? This could go really, really badly for both of us. Then why are you here? I was worried sick about you. You aren't hearing me, Savy. You aren't. This was my idea to bring Radix to the next level, you know? No offense, but you just got to LO and I've been working my way up for months. So I just need to do this my way and then I can bring you in, okay? I don't want to be in. She wasn't going to budge. I knew from years of watching people get pushed in and out of our little circle. Savy always got her way. I remembered Una's final confusing message to me, and the weird look Savy got on her face when I brought it up. Hey Athena, search trust fund maggots. A new folder flew open on her holospace. At first, all I saw was my name, over and over again in the files. What? Then there were others I recognized. Liam, Ali, Una. Even Klaus and Merrick. What is this? It was just to keep you safe. When I said I'd always have your back, I meant it. As soon as my field grid pulsed white, a new file appeared in the folder with a sick ping sound. She's relaxed now. Yeah, field grids have a back door, pretty wide open. Oh my god! Charlie showed me, even more undocumented API. Oh, so she's been in this little shipping container of hers. She's been harvesting my emotions the whole time. Harvesting the emotions. And not just the emotions, but everything we say, all our jobs and occupations, all our conversations with all the packs. She's heard it all. You've been tracking me? You gave me this so you could spy on me? And my packs? No, not at all. I just thought it'll help you. How? When I stashed the file on it, I needed to make sure you were safe. So I could signal someone to come get it. Or tell a swarm where to find you if Capra was getting too close. But you see what's happening though? Like what she's trying to fight against, she's doing the exact same thing. Using this technology and surveillance powers for evil, pretty much. I haven't even listened to anything, I swear. No, but the point is, you could've. But you shouldn't have this permission to. I had to see for myself. Hey, Athena. Seriously? Are we doing this now? All we have to do is do one of these and see if they come back with the audio of the conversation. Why is this one different? Play audio Aganon. Sitting with acolytes at their death is perhaps my most important role, but I do not want it. The blood rushed out of my face. I felt my knees wobble, like I was going to be sick or pass out. My heart broke at the betrayal. I don't understand why you do this to me. Do you even understand what a huge violation this is? Oh God, don't give me the sad puppy thing over this. You have nothing to worry about. It was just to keep tabs on the file. And look at this, the whole time, she's been relaxed. She's not even distressed at seeing me being sad or angry. I swear, I haven't even looked at what it recorded. So now it's time. We'll leave the Capra files and go get a drink, okay? You don't get it, do you? I'm doing this by myself. You ditched me and then spied on me for days. Why would I go anywhere with you? All by yourself, huh? That's not happening. I've worked way too hard just to let you walk out of here without me. You're the one that's been transporting stolen dogs for days, remember? And who knows what else is in those recordings? Don't make me turn you in. You know what else is in the recordings? Me telling my passengers, multiple of them, about how worried I was about you. I was so worried about where you were you being kidnapped? Were you okay? And this is what you do to me. So everything had come down to this? Finding out my best friend had betrayed me, and then having to fight her just to be able to walk away. How was her feel grid still a calm green while mine glowed blue? Why was I the only one who felt like walking into the ocean? She doesn't care about you, that's why. Would you really turn me in, just like that? It's not like I want to! Come on, this isn't us. We're better than this. Charlie was right. And this isn't you, trying to sabotage me. I know you're better than this, because I know you better than you know yourself, girl. You know what I mean? Yeah, I know what you mean. It's because you've been checking on me via the veal grid. Exactly! I knew exactly. She knew all my secrets, all my fears, even before she spied on me. She knew exactly how to hurt me. But then again, I knew the same things about her, didn't I? If she was going to throw anything she could at me, maybe I had to do the same, or at least try and get her to see the truth about how she treated me. It'll make her mad, and it might just make her give up. I forced myself to take a deep, centering breath. The smallest smirk flickered across her face, still lit in the green glow. This is exactly why I left you in Cactus Flats. Your emotions are out of control. I get that you're sensitive and all this deep feeling stuff. Wow, listen to my ex-best friend talk about this. But you've got to toughen up and rein it in, girl. It's like constantly walking on eggshells around you. You didn't even defend me when Azul was talking trash. Oh, so you did listen. Guess you don't mind when someone sells out your best friend? Meanwhile, I was in danger and risking my life for the cause. Some loyalty. You're so volatile. You must scare half of your packs off for good. This is turning into a cat fight. She's just trying to say things that hurt me the most on purpose. No, this is not the right thing, okay? You know what? If you want a cat fight, do you really want it? The bigger person in me wants to do this one. But actually, this is the more juicy one. Says the girl who can't keep a boyfriend for more than a month. If you're so chill, why does everyone you date run screaming in the other direction? Or maybe you just use people up until you're done with them. Maybe I'm sensitive, but you're cruel. She's rolling her eyes. What was I saying? If I insulted her like that? Was I any better than she was? I took a deep breath. This was my opening. If I could push back, it might end this. Fine, they want me to be the bigger person. Okay. This is just wasting time. Whatever. I could tell she was just getting started. But I already felt like I was losing, letting her jab get to me. Nothing seemed to faze Savy. Savy looked like she was enjoying all this somehow, like she was in her element. You know what the shittiest part of all this is? It's that the moment I let you out of my sight, you'll undermine me. You pretend you're so innocent and sweet. But you'll do something bad as long as you know you won't get caught. Wait, I tried to let it go earlier, but should I have fired back? That's basically lying. You're a fraud. At least I'm always real with you. You claim you hate Capra, but you went home with them. One time. Attacking me isn't going to help you. Call me names so you can bully me into going along with you. Grow up. Then stop provoking me. I wasn't taking her bait, and it was getting to her. Yeah, I can hold back. I can do that. Now I just wanted to hurt her. Savy eyed me for a second. If I could call her out, maybe she'd see reason. You think I'm phony? Oh, I should have kept going earlier, I think. Cause this is like trying to be pacifistic, which is not the point here. You think I'm phony? Your whole activist persona is fake. Radix isn't even your fight. People like Azul actually built it. What the fuck would you know about activism? That seemed to strike a nerve. Then you just show up one day and do your social chameleon act, trying to charm your way into control. Stop it! Where's the lie, though? I knew there was no way she was going to stop piling it on now. I could almost feel her combing through our past to find her next attack. I had to keep centered, or just make her mad enough to back off. This was a new feeling. Savy was the one starting to lose her cool. I could feel this rage coming from my chest, blotting out my thoughts and pushing like I was driving myself off a cliff. I was starting to lose it. Savy scowled at me, daggers in her eyes. She's neutral now, instead of being relaxed. Lina, it's time to grow up. Stop being a meek little flower. Because right now, your fear is keeping you from getting what you deserve. Toughen up. Don't be such a weakling. It's so sad that you're still afraid of what people think of you, or what might go wrong. When will you learn that sometimes following the rules just hurts people? Which one's the most confident sounding one? I feel like it's this one. You're right, I am scared, and there's nothing wrong with that. The fact that I'm scared to do this mission with you. I'm just trying to look out for myself, and you should respect that. Gee, thanks for the advice. Just forget it, okay? I felt some tension lift from my chest. Was this how it felt to stand up for myself? I had to figure out a way to get through to her. Now was my chance to give her a piece of my mind and knock down her arguments. It's actually brave to take responsibility for how you affect others, you know? You should try it sometime. Instead of just using people like Azul and Charlie and throwing them away when you're done. Are you serious right now? Or maybe you're just afraid they'd see who you really are? And maybe you should be. She was running out of steam, struggling to find one last barb she could throw at me. Whatever she came up with, I knew it was going to be desperate and mean. I braced for impact. I wasn't sure if I was going to scream or keep it together. Keep it cool, Lina, we got this. Don't worry, I got your back, girl. This was a new feeling. Savy was the one that was starting to lose her cool. She's a little red. Savy gritted her teeth. You know, you never really cared about anyone but yourself. Maybe it's because you're an only child or something. But you're not in this world alone, Lina. You rely on others too. It's definitely because you're an only child. Okay, now you're just getting personal because I'm also an only child. They're always the worst. Okay, now you've done it. It's just all about you, isn't it? You're so selfish. Remember how earlier in the same conversation, she's like, "Oh, you're the most selfless person I know." This woman. Nah. Don't turn this on me. You're the one who crossed the line here. I have the right to set my own boundaries, and if you don't like it, that's not my problem. You can choose whether you want to be my friend or not, but I can choose how much I give anyone. The fact that I'm scared to do this mission with you. I'm just trying to look out for myself, and you should respect that. Again, yes. Wow, great lecture. You should give talks at schools. Boundaries. Wasn't she always the one telling me stories about how she stood up for herself? Guess I absorbed that lesson in a good way. I had to figure out a way to get through to her. Now is my chance to give her a piece of my mind and knock down her arguments. Selfish is ditching your best friend the moment she moved for you. You're the selfishest, self-centeredest, most self-obsessed person I know. From the moment I showed up in LO, you've alternated between begging me for help and acting like I don't exist. I even went to pick up Jace for you, okay? I did everything for you. Yes, Savy is losing her cool. I'd never seen her this angry before. Her mouth was a thin line, and her eyes glared fire at me. She'd said things she could never take back. So had I, but I didn't regret a single word. I can't believe how you're acting right now. We're losing our best friend, but, I mean, she was never really that good of a person, right? We were just fooled into liking her. Just like Charlie says, she played me the whole time. I feel like I don't even know who you are. I'm sorry, I just need you, okay? She wiped her tears with her sleeve, and I realized I wasn't the one crying this time. I was actually okay. Then my eyes caught her feel grid, a deep, angry red. I was wondering about that. Are these crocodile tears? Your feel grid might be betraying you here. Of course. You can stop fake crying. Your feel grid is giving you away. What? It's probably just out of battery, or the signal is messed up. Still, her tears suddenly dried up. Since when do we need this thing to know how we're feeling anyway? No one knows me like you do. It's why I love you. Oh, shut up. I love you too. But that doesn't mean what you think it means. Manipulating? Me? Lina, what's going on? I figured you out. The gaslighting is over. I'm going on my own. You'll thank me later. Wait! You can't do this without me! You stay here. I'll text you the deets when I'm done. I left before she could say one more word. I tucked the laptop under my arm and got back in my car. I had to get out of there fast. There was too much making me want to stay, and too much trouble waiting for me if I did. You know, Savy would she actually turn me in? I don't know. I don't know her, man. What was going to happen to Savy? Maybe she'd get off with a lighter charge since she didn't have stolen property anymore. Or maybe that would just make Capra more vengeful. This is dangerous for me too, cause I'm the one that's been holding the stolen property the whole time. Unknowingly though. I eyed my feel grid, probably still listening to my every word. Thank God we had it, to figure out the tears. It wasn't too late for me to end this. One quick toss out of the car, and it'll be smashed against the pavement. I rolled down the window and took a deep breath. If I ever really wanted to hurt Savy, I could just tell her what it smelled like in that little hideout. With the feel grid destroyed, it'll be over and done with. My link to the whole ordeal would be erased. But so would Capra's crimes. Oh. That's a hard one. If we turn it in, it feels like it should be the right thing to do, but it's also just how the world is gonna be from now on. I feel like they want me to though, just because the whole message about staying human, right? Staying human does not require, hey, it says Campo Santo there. Is that an Easter egg? That's the company that made Firewatch. If I toss it out, is that like just not... I don't know, man. Kinda don't want anything to do with this now, but... The feel grid has the data. No, I think we should at least stick with the plan this time. We can try it later on, maybe. I stuck with the plan. Capra needed to be held accountable. After all they'd done to me, I was more than happy to be the one to do it. Una would know exactly what to do with the Capra documents, how to make sure they were seen, and as for all of Savy's files on me. Once I wipe the laptop, it'll actually be a pretty nice thing to have around. So I did it. I took down Capra. All from the seat of my trusty, beat-up neocab. And all I had to do was let their own words into the light of day. The leaked documents broke just days before the vote on Sophie's Law. Suddenly, all anyone could talk about was how Capra had sold out our fuel grids. And whether poor Charlie had really deserved to be practically chased out of the city by an online mob. But the one thing everyone agreed on? Capra couldn't be trusted to take over every street in LO. So it all ended. Sophie's law failed the vote. Capra had to agree to the smallest bit of public oversight, and Savy was cleared of her charges. She's lucky. I mean, she gets to be the hero still. Or does she? Is it more like we pin it on Charlie instead because he actually works there? All good things, I guess. And I still have my job. But there was nothing really keeping me in Los Ojos anymore, was there? Not really. Hey, so I wasn't gonna text you for a while, but I thought of a way we can work things out. I have a new piece of info that I think changes everything. Can't say more than that now. Are you off work? Text me when you are, and I'll tell you where to meet. Really? Oh. How naive of me. I still believed it for a second. I feel like, no. I blocked Savy's number. The other night. That was the first time I'd ever actually said no to her. And I wouldn't say it felt good, but it felt right. No, it doesn't feel good because she was our best friend. It's not a happy thing for me to be doing. I love you, Savy. No. I was ready to leave LO for good, but one last pax couldn't hurt, right? One more for the road. I loved you, Savy. That might be more appropriate here. Rest in peace, Sophie's Law. And rest in peace, Sophie. Of course. The one that we came in with? That's the one who we're going with to get out of here. Faster than a shutter snap. I'd picked up Liam at his hotel. He said he wanted to leave the city the same way he'd arrived. A perfectly symmetrical composition. Fine by me, but we'd been driving for a while, and he hadn't said much. Just heads down, tapping into some device. But he was the one person who'd maybe been through as much as I had in these past few days. I hoped he wasn't facing any backlash from helping me make the Capra docs public. Ah. Everything okay? Okay. That's a very relative term these days, isn't it? What do you mean? I mean driving out of this awful city forever and not looking back. I just can't be here anymore. I wanted a fresh start, and instead, I got a very heavy ending. Same. So very same. Remember he was on his 1-year leave from his company. Do you regret it? Which part? Any of it. But I meant the stuff you sent me. The stuff. Like it was just a few recipes for cookies or something. Hopefully not Sam's cookies. The Liam sitting in the back seat of my cab felt like someone I really knew. A friend who made me happy just being around him. Liam. The name in my contacts to whom I sent a smoking gun to take down Capra. That person felt like a ghost from another life. I thought you were gonna give it to Una. Are you sure? He asked. Heart pounding. I typed yes. 100%? Yes, again. And then it was on every social feed within the hour. Federal investigations were open within 24. Sophie's Law was dead in 72. Now I felt like he was breaking some secret covenant just bringing it up. Did I regret it? No, No regrets. Yeah, me neither. I guess things with your friend Savy didn't work out either? She broke my heart. She did! She did! Remember how, like, I thought we were, you know... What happened to us getting together and all? What happened to all that? It all vanquished. I loved her more than anyone. And she used it against me. So, I'm just gonna need some time to myself. Do you want to talk about it? Honestly, not really. I think I'm good, but thanks. You know, I know we didn't get to properly hang out, but you really helped me. I don't usually make friends when I travel. Sort of try to use the time to be a bit of a lone wolf. But it's been, I don't know, fun, inspiring, helpful, all that. Even the way you lectured me about Capra in this very desert. Well then you're welcome. Seeing you angry was actually sort of refreshing. I think we were yelling at him about Capra. Yeah. Even if I was trying to deny it. Oh yeah? Well hey, if you like that, let me tell you more about my week. Oh, please do. I feel like I've been hogging all the angst. It's been one full week. Yeah, the morning, the dawn of the 7th day. Let's just say you helped me too. Are you just saying that because I said a nice thing, and now you feel like you need to return the compliment? Maybe. That's totally a thing. Ha! Knew it. Hey, it's funny, isn't it? The way this all turned out. Not funny, haha. I mean this ride, the two of us. Yeah, you're right. It feels like... I looked down at the empty space on my wrist. Liam winked in the rear view. Fate? Nah. I think this one's on me. Aw, that's it. We enter the city looking for a best friend, and we come out maybe with a potential different one? Let's see if we can get some other endings first. What if we just let Savy do her thing? My heart ached to think of losing her. I didn't even care about being right. I just wanted her to stay with me. I thought we were better than this. Whatever. She was running out of steam, struggling to find one last barb she could throw at me. Whatever she came up with, it was gonna be desperate and mean. Yes, she was hitting me, and I'm succumbing to it. Basically, I just kind of agreed with everything she was saying about me. I'm selfish, I'm an only child. Yeah. Does all I've done this week mean anything to you? After all I did, how I helped you? I can't believe you just threw all that away. Why was I trying to make her see value in me? Why was I fighting to keep her in my life when she treated me so terribly? My heart ached to think of losing her. I didn't even care about being right. I just wanted her to stay with me. Savy looked right through me for a second. Moment, eyes unfocused, like I was nothing but an obstacle to her. She said things she could never take back. So had I, and I already regretted every word. I felt small, like I was only as big as the aching hole in my chest. Had our entire friendship been a lie? I willed myself not to cry in front of her, but looking at her was like looking in a mirror. Oh, sweetie, I'm so sorry. This isn't us. Why are we fighting? She knows she's got me in the palm of her hand. I don't even know anymore. Can we just stop? Can we just, like, start this whole week over? she's happy. Relaxed. It's too much. I didn't mean to hurt you, Bun. You're right. I'm just all worked up from living on takeout and no sunshine for a week. Let's just do this thing and put it behind us, okay? I remembered all the times Savy had been there for me in the past. How many times had I cried in front of her? More than I like to admit, and she'd pulled me through every time. Oh, girl. Maybe I'd lost this fight with her, but she was more important. Okay, let's just get it over with. This is really sad to see, because you can tell that this Lina is she's being manipulated here. So what do you say? Are we in this together? Will you do this one last thing for me? We can still change our mind. You know, just in case, if you haven't realized, this is the bad option. Fine, Savy, you win. We'll do it your way. Like always. I knew I could count on you. I couldn't fight anymore. I was exhausted. Let's go change the world, shall we? Together, like it should be. Leaking was the right move, but with the most wanted woman in Los Ojos along for the ride? No problem. This is cool. Oh, we're gonna get arrested. Let's go! But it's not even the getting arrested part that's the saddest thing. It's just that my best friend is actually not... She's actually a horrible person. Wow, everything looks exactly the same. Weird. What did you expect? I don't know. Maybe the city would feel different, you know? Look how sad I am too. Well, it definitely will after we've done this thing. She leaned back in the seat and closed her eyes. Just once, I'd like to have her confidence that everything would be okay, that I was doing the right thing. I eyed my field grid, probably still listening to my every word. It wasn't too late for me to end this. One quick toss out of the car, and it'll be smashed against the pavement. I snuck a glance at Savy and rolled down the window. Oh shoot, this is too good to not do, right? We gotta do this. Yes, fresh air. Never ever tell me what it smelled like in my little hideout. I want to live with a lie that it was a mix of jasmine and amber, and not all 6 days of takeout with no showers. With the field grid gone, it'll be over and done with. Our crimes will be erased, but so would Capra's. And my friendship with Savy would definitely be finished. She'd never forgive me. I want to destroy it. I want to see how pissed she'll get. Oh, I can't because I'm too sad. Oh, that's really sad, Lina. I stuck with a plan. It's like I don't have agency because I'm so sad and so manipulated by her. I can't even... Savy, get down! Hide your face! Shit! Floor it, Lina! And go where? I'm pulling over. They've already scanned our faces, Sav. I'm guessing the whole time it was supposed to be Savy, but I've committed already, so... We'll get new ones. Just get us out of here.
Savy Reed and Lina Romero again. I'm going to need to bring you both in on charges of cyber espionage, digital theft, and... Wait, you in the back. What's that in your hand there?
He was talking to Savy. She held out her Capra badge with shaky hands. Her eyes were filling with tears. Officer, please. It's all been a huge misunderstanding. I work for Capra, okay? I just dropped a field grid in this neocab a week ago. My boss must have stored some data on it, but I didn't know. I've been trying to get it back. Oh my god, oh my god. What? Look, she's wearing it right now.
Is that true, Miss Romero?
Actually, she stole the data and now she's trying to blame me. Actually, she stole the data.
Is it true? Does that bracelet contain the stolen files? Yes or no?
What if I say no? No!
You know, lying is impeding an investigation. You've been racking up violations for days. Why stop now? But wait. Do you two know each other?
I looked at Savy, teary and shaking and somehow already talking her way out of this, and I had no idea what she was actually feeling. I just stayed quiet. No, we don't. Wow! Look how blue she is apparently. She was just my driver that night.
Okay, both of you, out of the car.
We stepped out and put our hands on the hood of my car. It was the first time we'd been side by side since I'd arrived. That's sad. So it all ended right there, as a cop pulled me out of my own car and into the system. For most of the charges against me, I was able to clear my name with all the recordings Savy made of my time in LO. Her own recordings worked against her. Turns out, her spying actually saved me. They stuck me with a misdemeanor for not disclosing her whereabouts right away, but that's it. They confiscated the field grid, and nothing got out about Capra. Their crimes are as invisible and inevitable as ever. Sophie's law passed, and I'm out of a job. NeoCab was given 3 months to seize all operations in Los Ojos. There wasn't much point in waiting it out. But there was still one thing keeping me here. The LOPD had kept me for less than 24 hours, but Savy, she'd had more explaining to do. I'd spend the next night in the shipping container, wondering if she were okay, and what would happen to her once they knew the whole story. Oh girl, you need to forget about her and leave! My heart almost stopped when the text had come in. Hey Albany, can you pick me up? What could I have said but yes? Oh, Lina, why are you still with this woman? She's so bad for you. God, it really turns into the sticks, like the second you cross city limits, doesn't it? And so here we were, making a beeline out of LO. It still didn't seem quite real that she was just sitting in my car like the whole thing never happened. She was being weirdly quiet, but at some point, I had to know the whole story. How did she get the cops to let her go? So, did they just let you go? Oh no, they didn't just let me go. They basically gave me the 3rd degree in custody. How did you become involved with Radix? How did you get the drive? How many employees were you in contact with at Capra? They thought I caused the riot somehow. I wish. What did you tell them? I just told them what they wanted to hear. Just like you do with me. That Jason Radix put me up to it. Which is basically true. I didn't say anything. I wouldn't ever have come up with this on my own, you know? All those meetings with Radix really changed me. They kind of brainwash you. It's been their whole tactic for decades. Why do you think they gave out free lunches to kids? So I just gave the cops our info so they could talk to them. Wow. What do you mean their info? Just names and stuff? You gave up Radix to the LOPD? It wasn't my business anymore. Right. I bet they were happy to have that. This is so depressing. It's such a relief to be out of there. I don't even want to talk about it anymore. I literally can't wait to put this whole mess behind us. Definitely agree with you there. You know, you're a real lifesaver for picking me up, Lina. I know, especially after you hung me out to dry, which I'm not gonna say because yes, exactly! Maybe the whole ordeal had changed her. I didn't need to bring it up. Nah, just trying to be a good friend. I know, but I really just hate fighting with you. You get so different. Like scary. She's not gonna say this. Ah, this is so depressing. Not even this one? Yeah, you were kind of different too. I know. You really bring out this, like, dark side of me sometimes. I don't mean to. She's relaxed. But it's okay. We were in a really messed up place, and it's nobody's fault that things got so weird. That wasn't us, you know? But the fact that we're here right now, in this car, it shows how strong we really are together. Radix and Capra, that's in the past. The future is just Lina and Savy. Just Lina and Savy. I didn't know where I was headed, but maybe it didn't matter. So long as I was going with her. She leaned her head against the glass and sighed, as relaxed as I'd ever seen her. Aren't you just so happy? I'm broken, but I didn't want to upset her. Yeah, I really am. Oh my god. Depressing. What an incredibly depressing ending. Holy crap. Let's try throwing the thing out. I tossed the field grid from the car before I could talk myself out of it. Oh. The whole emotional tracking thing was creepy anyway. I'm guessing this is gonna lead back into the Liam ending, except Capra would be continuing to do whatever it was gonna do anyway. But then I would lose my job. I watched as it hit the street and shattered. 1,000 tiny deep yellow particles spilled across the pavement, then blinked out. There they were, all my feels. Right on cue, a Capra zoomed into the lane. Its sensors didn't pick up the lump of circuits and plastic, and it crunched the bracelet into shards. I saw the packs inside the Capra look up at the little bump in the ride, then go back to their screen. I pressed on the accelerator. Just another Neo cab on the road. This one's an okay-ish ending, except you're still gonna end up jobless. Yeah, so it all just ended. Everything went back to normal. As far as the rest of the world knows, there were never any stolen files. My best friend was never surveilling me from a shipping container. And I never held the fate of Capra in my hands. All that I went through, all that Savy put in place, it was like none of it ever happened. NeoCab was given 3 months to cease all operations in Los Ojos. There wasn't much point to waiting it out. But there was still one thing keeping me here. And then we're gonna go with Liam again? Oh no. Not you again. Sure, Savy, whatever you want. Whatever you want. She's typing lots. I had the perfect reply, but I didn't even send it. I'd always done whatever she wanted me to do. I couldn't even remember a time I'd said no to her, even when I should have. And that other night, that was the first time I'd wondered, well, what if I did? What if I said no? And I wouldn't say it felt good, but it felt right. I love you, Savy. No. I was ready to leave LO for good. But one last PAX ride. And the rest of this should be the same. One last talk with Liam, out of the city. I hope he wasn't facing any backlash from his feed now that Sophie's Law had passed. This isn't how I imagined things would go. Well, pardon my French, but that's uncool. It's super uncool. I'd guess things with your friend Savy didn't work out either? No, that's an understatement. It was pretty ugly, but in the end, I was looking for something that wasn't there. You want to talk about it? Honestly, not really. I think I'm good, but thanks. But how do you know you're good? Just a hope. No, I mean, how do you know? Your feel grid's gone. Oh, well, we don't need that thing. Oh, yep, I got rid of it. Turns out, having my emotions used against me isn't really my thing. You and about 1,000 other people. Really? Oh yeah, dumpsters all over LO are full of them. Back alleys glowing rainbow colors, mostly red though. Would have made for some great pictures, but I'm never snapping another field grid again. Now and forever, fuck Capra. Now I gotta look for a new job. My thoughts exactly. You know, we never got to hang out. We've seen this before. Hey, you're welcome for the lecture, and sorry about that. Please don't be. Seeing you angry was sort of refreshing. Tell me more about your week. Just returning the compliments. Funny, isn't it, the way this all turned out? Right? The two of us in your cab, same road, opposite way? Yeah, you're right. It feels like... I looked down at the empty space on my wrist. Liam winked in the rear view. Fate? Nah. I think this one's on me. So we have 3 endings here, and I think the best one is probably the one that we got in the beginning, followed by this one, and then the one where we end up with Savy is actually the worst one, which is sad because we came to this town looking for her to begin with. Damn. Well, this was pretty interesting, although looking back at it, this game is actually a visual novel, isn't it? Kind of feel like I got duped into reading a whole bunch of stuff. But it was interesting for the most part. A lot of the passenger stories were pretty engaging, and they usually shed some light on some aspect of a supposed futuristic cyberpunk city. Industrialization, the changing of job industries, how manual drivers are being phased out, illegal, under-the-table doctors who can learn by simply watching YouTube or whatever it is they use, and how things like feel grids that show your emotion can affect the relationships between people, for the better or for worse. There's a bit of both. Without it, we wouldn't have been able to confirm that Savy was truly just trying to manipulate me, but even from just a normal usage perspective, feelings are nuanced, just like the story I told Aganon about my ballet days, about how that memory made me both happy and sad. Okay, so on the feel grid, what would that be classified as? And these are all topics relevant to a cyberpunk future. The way they do it actually reminds me a lot of the Red Strings Club, which is a game that came out in the beginning of last year, I think. And it was also really similar in how, with technology comes a lot of different issues that maybe right now we don't really know how to resolve. With that said, there were a few things that probably could be improved. The feel grid system? It was nice to see the mood changes as it happened, but in terms of the dialogue, I felt like more often than not, it blocked off dialogue options as opposed to opening up new ones for me. Sometimes you want to do something, but you can't because you're apparently too sad to do it. That actually kind of worked out well in the ending where we end up with Savy because we were so sad, but we couldn't call her out because we were completely under her control, being manipulated by her. Outside of this instance though, I'm not sure if it was really that effective in other places. And going back to the story again, it felt like the main storyline was weaker than the packed stories that we got to see throughout our journey here. Because it really boils down to us looking for Savy, and it seemed like it was gonna be this dramatic big thing, with her being wanted and all, but by the end here, it was just a stolen hard drive. And one thing that I wasn't too sure about is how they defaulted to the position of Capra being super evil. Yeah, the whole thing with harvesting emotions and manipulating people based on their mood is horrible, but outside of that, I didn't feel like they really established super strongly that Capra is irredeemable and bad for everybody. I got a bigger impression that it was a taxi driver being salty that her job was being taken away, to be honest. With how ubiquitous Capra is, I feel like they've gotta have done some good things for the world too, like automation, making things easier, and I feel like it would have been a deeper story if they talked more about that too, like, oh, Capra is an amazing company, it's done all these things that are good for the world, but it's at the cost of privacy and all these other issues, and then letting us have a think about whether all that's really worth it, as opposed to being just like, fuck Capra right off the bat. We had Radix, who was all like, fuck Capra, but I can't think of any super strong proponent that we've seen for someone who is really for Capra. Even Charlie, who worked there, didn't really seem all that crazy about it. Bit of a surprise to me that the final confrontation dealt so much with Lina and Savy's relationship personally, but I guess it makes sense, going back to the whole feel grid thing. And that part was really well done. It really showed the whole toxic relationship thing and how they manipulate you and all, and how they break your heart even though you love them so much. Overall, pretty enjoyable, and I would definitely be on the lookout for whatever these devs make next. Chance Agency. I believe this is their first game, which is promising. If you'd like to see some of the pack stories that I didn't get to cover in my playthrough here, definitely consider supporting the developers by buying a copy and playing yourself and all that. And with that said, this was Cab with Welonz, and thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed watching this as much as I enjoyed playing it, and I will see you all in another place, in another time.